on this computer. Recording in progress. Okay. We have been waiting to do this interview now for probably close to a month. We rescheduled once or twice. That was my bad. Very happy to finally be sitting and talking to Sarel, who is an amazing founder, amazing CEO, but I'm going to let him tell me a little bit more. Sarel, who are you? What's your background? Talk to me.
Hi, Hillel. Pleasure being here, and happy to take part on this blog. I'm Sarel Ashkenazi. I'm one of the founders and the CEO of SeedX for 4.5 years already, from the moment that we founded the company. My background is mostly from the business side. I was in the Israeli security agencies for about 10 years after the army, but around the year 2000, I started my business career, mostly from business development, sales perspective in few startups in Israel. And around the year 2004, I joined as one of the pioneers, Kornit Digital, to take the lead of the business in the company. That was in a very early stage of the company. And I led the business over there, which obviously at the beginning, like any other startup, it was sales, business development, marketing, whatever include inside, for about 12 years. In between, founded 5 subsidiaries globally, started the sales of the company. In 2015, we took the company public in the NASDAQ. Company is doing very well until today. And about 2 years after the IPO, I decided to leave and join my partner, Moti, which is a serial entrepreneur, to look for the next venture. And that's how we founded SeedX together.
Wow, that's quite a resume. Very, very impressive stuff. Okay, so what is SeedX? What is the problem you're here to solve, and how do you solve it?
Speaking about the food industry and the projection that we're going to be in lack of food in the year 2050, we were looking for how can we take a previous technology that my partner was dealing with, which is AI and vision. How can we take it into the food industry and make a big impact? And when we've been introduced to the seed industry and to the grain industry as part of the food industry, we found out that there are a lot of quality issues that are related to the grains or the seeds. And we started to look if we can bring the AI and vision and literally bringing facial recognition technologies into the seed industry.
Wow.
To see if we can solve this problem. And that's exactly what we are doing. We train an algorithm with vision and AI. We look on seed by seed to train the algorithm, and we can predict a lot of quality parameters, either on the seed for the seed industry or on the grains for the food industry. Let me give you few examples that will make the full story complete. For example, we know to predict if seed is going to germinate or not, if seed is going to sprout or not. And it's a huge issue for the seed industry because the farmer today is simply compromising. There are a few standards in the industry, but at the end of the day, the farmer is compromising because the farmer is literally preparing 100% of soil, irrigation, crop protection, chemicals, but not all the seeds are sprouting, not all the seeds are germinating. And we can predict which seeds are going to germinate. And by collaborating with optical sorting machines manufacturers, we are integrating our software into an existing optical sorting machine, and we simply sort out all the seeds which are not going to germinate.
Wow.
So
wow.
in other words, we are upgrading the quality of every seed lot sold to the farmer in order to make sure that he will have the utmost and highest germination possible.
Unbelievable.
This is only one example of the usage of the algorithm, because we found out through working with the technology that we can train the same smart AI algorithm to look of many other quality attributes related either to the seeds or to the grains.
Unbelievable. Wow. So talking about the company, how many people work in the company today?
Currently, we are 30 plus companies, 30 plus employees. We are operating the R&D facilities in Israel, but we have a subsidiary in the Netherlands and we have a subsidiary in the US. In the Netherlands, it's in the Seed Valley, Enkhuizen, the city, and in the US, it's in Salinas, California, where all the seed companies are located.
Wow. I have to say, I wasn't even familiar with this industry at all. Like it's a new world for me. But you know what? I heard recently that Israel has the second largest food tech ecosystem in the world, like Correct. In absolute numbers, not per capita. That's amazing.
Correct. And not only food tech, also ag tech.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Both the ag tech and food techs are very strong in Israel. I think it's mostly thanks to Weizmann Institute and the agriculture faculty that are breeding for the next generation of scientists.
Unbelievable. So tell me, are you able to tell me how much capital the company raised to date?
Yeah, our last round was $10 million. That was the Series A. And before that, we had three small rounds that accumulated together to additional 10.
Got it. Who are some of the investors besides Champel that invested in the company?
Other ventures are Tal Venture, iAngels.
Wow.
And lately in the same round also joined Neva SGR, which is a large impact, mostly food tech fund that belongs to the largest Italian bank in Intesa Sao Paulo. The fund called Neva SGR.
Incredible. So in terms of the stage of the company, I mean, obviously I'm not going to ask you numbers, but, revenue, pre-revenue, where are you at right now in terms of stage?
We started sales last year, by the end of last year. So we are commercially with the first product that we have. I prefer not to mention revenues here, but I can say that we are growing quite quickly. Although it's tough industry and tough economy over the last 3 years, we are growing quite rapidly, and moreover, we are establishing a new collaboration that will bring the highest growth, I believe, next year and the year after next year.
Amazing. Incredible. So, I mean, this is the kind of company that could really change the world. I mean, you have a big mission here. I'm curious, who is your, I'm assuming you have a few target audiences, but who would you say is your primary target audience for your product?
So it's divided because we are serving two markets, and that's related to what you just mentioned before. Israel is very strong in ag tech and food tech. SeedX brings a solution both to the agriculture and to the food industry. So within the agricultural and mostly a seed industry, our target market are seed companies like Bayer, Monsanto, Syngenta, and these are the global names, but also in Israel, there are a lot of about 20 small to medium-sized seed companies. These are our major customers because what we give them is the ability to upgrade their seedlots, which is extremely important for them. I have to let you know, and mostly for the audience, some anecdote about it. Do you have any idea how much is 1 kilogram of tomato seeds? And speaking about the high level of tomato seeds, let's say cherry tomatoes. 1 kilo of cherry tomato seeds, how much you think does it cost?
1 kilo of cherry tomato seeds?
Right.
I literally have no clue. I would say $20. I'm just totally guessing. I have no clue.
So it's anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000.
Wait. Slow down. So, whoa. One second. Hold on. 1 kilo of tomato seeds.
Correct. Correct.
Come on,
And
can't, what?
and speaking about cherry tomatoes, the premium ones, okay, 1 kilo of ketchup tomatoes is much lower. But speaking about the cherry tomatoes one, the premium ones, 1 kilo will cost on average $200,000.
What? Why?
Because there is tons of years of research behind it. There was a lot of IP of the seed companies that breed in order to have this kind of seeds that will let you have the very red tomato seeds, very uniform within all the package, that you have very stable plants that grow this cherry tomatoes, and mostly all the other attributes of taste, ingredients, shelf life. There are tons of it's very equivalent to the pharmaceutical industry. This is the seed industry.
You just blew my mind. It's like, what? That's crazy. $200,000? I don't believe I'm in the wrong industry, man. I should sell tomato seeds. That's unbelievable.
Now, the second part of our customers within the food industry are all the food producers, or sometimes the other chains in the supply chains that deals with the high volumes crops like wheat, corn, soybeans, rice. And these guys within any part of the supply chains are doing a lot of quality tests to the kernels that are arriving after harvesting. And within this quality test, unfortunately, because of quality issues, they have to sometimes discard full batch, which could be 200 tons of wheat, because of a quality check that they are doing. What we are offering them is, after training the algorithm, scanning one by one and putting into the sorting machine, not to eliminate the entire batch, but simply sort out the ones that are not meeting the quality and leave the rest into a good quality level to sold out to the food industry.
Incredible. That is literally absolutely unbelievable. Okay, just tell me, I know we're short on time, so just kind of one more question here. What would you say are your primary challenges? I would imagine that a big challenge of yours is to educate the market, but what else is your primary challenge today?
Our main challenge over the last 3 years was talents, mostly because we are algorithm company and specifically very sophisticated AI and algorithm. So talents were the main challenge, how to reach the talents and how to improve the R&D power and to make the products on time. And the second challenge is strictly, as you mentioned, educating the market. It's in many cases, it's traditional market. It's either traditional biological side for the seed companies or traditional food technology side for the food industry, which has its own pace. And it's kind of slow pace to what we are familiar from the high tech and startups in Israel.
Right.
So it's a challenge to educate them, but also to adapt ourselves to the pace of this market.
Got it. Listen, you've accomplished something that I thought was impossible. You've made me excited about seeds.
Correct.
Amazing. Correct. Listen, Sarel, this is incredible.
Now you can appreciate every tomato or every pepper that you are eating.
100%. It's amazing. Wow. All right. So listen, it sounds like you're going to change the world. And, I know that Champella is very excited to be part of the journey. And on a personal level, if I can help with anything at all, ever, let me know. I'm here to help. And just keep doing what you're doing. It's really, truly amazing. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sarel. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Ciao.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.